Good morning and welcome to the weekly meeting. Today is November 1st, first of the month. First of the month. Davida, what you over there doing?
Nothing.
And it's the first of the month. Um, I'm just gonna kind of go through most, or probably, I don't want to go through all of the pairs, but I'm going to go down all the pairs to see what I see for um, the month, um, how we ended the month on um, each pair or each asset, and see what I think. Let's see what I think. All right. So I think I want to do that. Maybe that might change in a few minutes. Okay. Um, so AUD CAD, we ended the month um with last month we ended bullish. This month we had a little pullback. So it's possible that price will continue buying. So if I go down to the weekly, it's been consolidating for a few weeks, consolidating. So this could pull back to retest this zone here because this is the structure currently. It's right here, here, and here. That is the structure. So price could pull back a little more um, based on the weekly. This is our weekly demand zone. So if I were Yeah, this has been consolidating too much. So I probably wouldn't trade this unless it broke this high. Um, Based on the daily, I can see that it's in a supply zone. I need to delete some of these. Um, so let's see if it shifted structure anywhere. And it looked like it has on the 4 hour, like a shift of structure here. Let's go to the 1 hour. So price could, because it's, as you can see, it's kind of pushing up some. So price could come back to, oops, price could come back to this 1 hour supply before selling. Unless it breaks the low, then I would look for another supply zone. But as of right now, this was the structure. This would be my supply zone. So this is where I would be looking to sell from. Back down to this zone here. Any questions? Oh, wait a minute. How did that happen? Any questions? And you want to cover the high. You can take it to the low. 20 pips minimum. That's what I would look for. All right. Let's go back to the monthly and the next. All right. Um, the month ended bullish. Um, you can see that we're currently in a um, within this bullish order block here. So let's go see what the weekly is doing. See what the daily is doing. So what I'm trying to do is look for structure. And this appears to be the last swing low here because price broke structure here. So we're still in bullish structure. So I would say look for buys. And if I were looking to buy, continue to buy up. This would be my zone up in here. So I would be looking to at least buy up into this zone right here. That's a 4-hour supply zone. There is a strong key level right here. So and maybe it'll buy up to there. Uh, but I would definitely be looking to continue to buy at least to 101 3 something, between 3 and 6, 101.5, just in between. So yeah, I will be looking to buy. We have this little pullback. So I would be looking for structure to break. We've got this pullback here. So I would definitely be looking for price to break this high, specifically this right here, this order block, violate this order block for a pullback and then a continuation of the buy. All right. All right. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna go through all these. Which ones y'all want to see? What y'all want to see? Any questions? Look,
GA.
GA. All righty. So GA, based on the monthly. Oops. GA, based on the monthly, broke structure here. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me look at the bigger picture. Okay. Okay. So based on the monthly, price broke structure here. We have a bearish monthly. We had a previous bearish monthly. We had an order block that price bought back up into. All right, so now let's go to the weekly of this. So based on the weekly, so we're still in this. Let me just do this right quick. We're in this bullish structure right here. So based on the weekly, we currently have this demand zone here. Let's narrow that down. Narrow, narrow, narrow. Put that there. All right, so we're looking for price to come down into this zone. And I'm just gonna mark up the last 4-hour. I won't go to the 15-minute. This right here. All right. So we're looking for price to come down to this zone here. Reset. And so currently you have this bearish structure. This was a break of structure. And of course, this is our swing high. And this is our swing low. So let's go back to the weekly. See where price is. For those who trade imbalance, price is currently in an imbalance. So there's probably going to be a buyback up. But as of right now, I don't see any structure that is formed. Hold on, let me see. So this is the last bearish move. Go to 15. Okay, so this was the last bearish move right here. And you had a shift in structure right there. So with that shift in structure, I would be looking for price to come back here before pushing all the way back up. Of course, unless price breaks this high. Because currently that's your high. From here to here. Price did pull back into one of the discounted areas at the 618. And the more I look at it, right, this was a break of structure. So, and then this would be the supply zone that I would be looking for price to pull back into, which is there. So price could from here based off of this break of structure here, this internal swing high, price could start selling from here back down to this zone, either to continue selling or to buy from this zone based off of this shift in structure. On the 1 hour, but there was no shift on the 4 hour. So I would definitely be looking for a shift in this zone, which right now is below this low. And if it pulls back and creates another level of structure, so price did close above here. So this is our swing low. So if price pulled back and then created another level of structure, then you would move your swing low up to here. And if you get a shift from there, then I would be looking to sell. At least down to here. How many pips is that? About 80 pips. And then if it continues to sell, then you'll be getting or looking for price to sell, continue selling down to this zone here. But I think you may get a pullback to where? At least to this zone right here. At least to here. To a 2.02441. Or somewhere in the premium, from somewhere in the premium. And of course, there's a whole supply zone right here. So yep, it could come here, sell down to, yeah, I would be looking for a buy as of now, just because of the shift that happened right here. This shift happened. This would be my demand zone. So this is where I would be looking for the buy. And remember, this is a counter trend. So this is a temporary buy. At least up to this zone right here. But if you're trying to get in it for the week, then you would be looking for this shift, possible shift in structure, unless it breaks this high, for a sell back down to here. That's my thoughts on GA.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else anybody want to look at?
You got some stuff in the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, woof. GUEAUJGJEU. You trading all that, Shia?
I'm over here practicing and wanting to see. Yes, I'm following those pairs. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
I don't want you to hang up and not think we don't need you.
Huh?
I said, I don't want you to hang up and think we don't need you.
What that mean?
Meaning, I have some things to discuss if you're able.
Oh, okay. No. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. So we're still in this structure here, right? We're still in this bearish structure. But we're currently in this bullish structure. So, and then we had a bearish month, a bearish 2 months. So let's go down to the weekly. And we had this shift in structure here. Price pulled back to a daily, I think it was a daily, this daily supply zone. All right. So now we have this low price. I think it was on a 4-hour. So price shifted structure on our 4-hour. So currently we're still in this bearish structure. This is our swing high. This was our breaker structure. So as of right now, I would be looking for price GU to pull back into this zone. And I would narrow down my supply zone here. So I would be looking for GU to pull back into this zone to then start selling, because we're still in the bearish structure. So hold on, let me see something, because that didn't come out right. 4-hour. It came all the way down here, pushed up, and then, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. All right. So I would be looking for price to come into this zone and then look for a shift in structure to then start selling. Now, I said this is the swing high, but when I go down to the 15-minute, this is my swing high. Because price came down here, pushed back up, and then sold and broke structure. But I'll call her back in a minute. But I don't see any supply zones in this area. So, but with that said, price could come here. Let's fib this move. Make sure it's one of the, oh yeah. Yep. So yeah, definitely price. I would be looking for price to come to our 78 and then start selling. That's GU.
Sorry, can you hold on one second? I want to take a picture.
It's recorded. We're recording.
Okay. Thank you.
EA. EA. Let's go to the monthly. Okay. So we're currently in this monthly structure here. Right. And let's go to the weekly. And we're currently in this weekly structure here, and here. It looks like price may have tapped into this weekly demand. But it pushed up, but it hasn't broken this high. So let's go down to the daily. And I'm just going to keep narrowing down my zone in this weekly structure. I'm thinking it's probably going to sell past here, but okay. I think it's going to sell past there. But with that being said, let's look at current price. So price was going bullish and then went bullish and then shifted structure. Okay. Once it shifted structure, price pulled back to the supply and has sold off. It has broken internal structure. Would love to see it break this low here before pulling back to continue selling. So based on the daily, you had a price swept this low. Let's see if it's shifting structure anywhere. So I currently have this 4-hour structure. Let's go to the 1 hour. It's 1-hour structure. Okay, so this is still selling. Yeah. All right, so I would be looking for price to pull back into this zone to then continue selling. It tapped into this. Let me zoom in. Okay, so it tapped into this supply zone, shifted structure. So I would be looking for it to pull back to this area here. Let me just go mark up that. To then start selling some more. So that's what I see for EA. UJ. Based on the monthly, let's look, you have a bullish monthly candle. This is structure here. So let's go to the weekly. This is my demand zone here. Daily. You have some, I think all the JPYs had a gap in them. So, but on UJ, it created additional structure. Or internal structure, right? So current, based on this daily structure, yeah, this is our current zone that price may pull back to and then start buying. So let's narrow this down. So based on the 4-hour, we're still in bullish structure. Trying to see what this week may bring. It's been consolidating. There's no real structure being formed. 15-minute. Yeah. This is internal. The internal move here. Yeah, I would wait for price to either break above this high or maybe break below this internal swing low. Or even this, no, that's not a swing low because this did not break this high. So this is our swing low. This is our swing high. Everything is in between. But if price shifted this low, I would be expecting price to take out this low and then start pulling back to this 15-minute structure, which is, or higher time frame structure, which is this break. And then there's a demand zone here. So once it's finished consolidating, either break this low or break this high, then I would trade based off of that. All right. GJ and EU. GJ. It's probably the same. So on the monthly, we had a bullish month. Closed above the previous month high. This is the higher time frame structure here. Same thing, this one has a gap. I would look for price to pull back to here. I do believe it is currently buying up to sell. So if I were looking for the sell, it would be from this zone here. And of course, we're looking for price to come back down to this break of structure. The swing high, swing low. So I would be looking for price to sell back down to this zone to then buy, to continue buying to, I believe it was a daily supply. Yeah. To continue buying to, there's a zone here, but I would mark up this as well. Oh, this one is already tapped. So I would be looking for a price to come into this daily supply. This is what I would be looking for. For the swing traders.
Hi, Kim. I'm trying to think of how to word this, but I'm just wondering, um, yeah, why do you think, I guess now would be the time for it to finally close that gap and go and tap into that demand zone? Because I've been, thinking it was going to close the gap for a while and it just hasn't been meandering.
Um,
How you judge that?
well, just based off of structure, market structure. So it's really, I mean, it's a gap, but I don't necessarily see a gap. I just see that there's structure. That price came here and then shot up here. That's the structure.
Yeah, and so yeah, I was saying that I was thinking the same, and I guess what I'm saying is I've been thinking it was gonna come down to that demand zone for a while, but as you see, it's been, I guess, consolidating.
So it's a counter trend, right?
Yes,
We know that counter trends are never going to be smooth and easy.
yes,
It's been consolidating
yes.
based on even the daily. I didn't even see the daily. There's a daily bearish order block or supply zone.
Uh-huh.
But when I go down in time frame, it's just the structure is saying that it's possibly
It's
going.
bearish.
Now, it may not come down there. We just don't know. We don't know what the market is going to do. So
Okay.
we have to trade based on what we currently see. And what I currently see is that price was pushing up
Uh-huh.
and then price shifted structure, internal structure.
Yes. Okay.
Hasn't broken this low yet, but it shifted this structure, this structure. So this is my supply zone. So I'm expecting price to buy up into here to start selling.
Okay.
Now, if it gets into this zone and starts breaking highs,
Yeah.
then it's not coming back there yet. And
Yeah.
because this is a daily, well, so and then at that point, the structure will be from here to here. That would then be the new structure.
Yes. Okay.
So, based on what I currently see, like I said, price was buying up, price tapped into this supply zone, shifted structure. So once I see a shift in structure, then I mark up the new supply zone. This is the new supply zone. So I'm expecting price to come into here and continue selling. And then once price gets to this zone, like I already have limits set for this zone to buy up into this daily order block. I mean, the daily supply zone.
Okay. Thank you. That helps some. Because again, I was in that and it kept consolidating, so I got out.
Yep, it's a counter trend, so it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Can you show the daily, please? Where you got that zone on top, please?
The daily.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I think EJ is looking similar. It did the same thing.
E.
It never filled the gap. Instead, it just went up. And you said that when we were looking at it, I think last week or prior to that.
Wait a minute. EJ. I don't have this.
Actually, yeah, it broke the all-time high. Same as Chef J did the same thing. All of them are just pushing.
So this is our break of structure, right? So now let's see what the monthly gave. Gave bullish. So let's go to the daily. So so with this one as well, right? This was the bullish structure with the gap. Price didn't pull back to the gap to close the gap and then broke structure. So now we have new structure. Broke structure here. So currently this is our demand zone. So now if we go down to and then we created new structure within that. And then price pulled back, pushed up, and then broke structure. So now we have this structure here. Right? So that means price can pull back anywhere. So this was the high, and now this was the low. Price pull back. And then, so I would be expecting price to respect this zone here to then sell. However, I can clearly see that there is a supply zone right here that hasn't been tapped into. So price can pull into here, price can wick into here and then sell. So if I'm going to sell it, that means I would have to put my stop loss above this high, which you want to do anyway, swing high. All right. And if I go down to the 15-minute, I may be able to narrow that down just a little bit for this here. So that leaves me at least a stop loss under 40 pips, which is fine. And actually there's this zone here. All right, so now as we can see, price tap retested this break, pushed down, didn't close below. So if price breaks this high, then you have this structure. So you'll be looking for the pull. If you're going to counter trend trade it back up, then you'll look for the structure back into this zone and look for the shift. And then if the shift happens, then you'll look to sell it back down to, I would sell it back down to this demand zone.
How many pips is that?
145, 150.
I'm looking to sell it.
Yep. I would be looking to sell from here or from here, somewhere in this, within this zone. But this is the current structure. Once it broke here, pulled back to this supply zone. Now, if it broke here, I'm looking for it to pull back to a supply zone.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I think I missed one of Shia's, JEU, EU. Let's see, EU. It's a monthly bearish candle. So let's see. We had this last break of structure, higher time frame. So we were looking for price to pull back into this supply zone. Okay. Hasn't made it yet. But we're bullish. Okay. So now let's go to
But you're assuming it's gonna buy up in there, buy up to that zone and sell. It's bearish overall. Okay.
yeah. So let's go to the daily. So price broke this structure. Oops. Price broke this structure in the daily. So I would definitely be looking for price to pull back. Let's narrow this down.
If you fib that larger bearish move, did it not pull back to the 78?
Which one?
I think goes back to the higher time frame. Was that the 4 hour maybe? Or maybe there, yeah. Is that not because you fib from that zone to the low?
It did pull back to the 78.
And so would you consider that area shift then or no?
No. I mean, I could be selling back down into this. No.
So if it sells down past that long wick,
If it breaks here,
oh down there. Okay. So not that middle wick.
no, because well, based on the weekly, price did not break structure until here. Price, this was the high, price broke structure right here. So this is the structure. Now, of course, on lower time frame, there's internal structure to that.
Yeah, I think I was watching the 4 and the 1 hour.
Yeah. So currently, I would be looking for price to sell back down to, and I said this right here, but this is the zone right here. I'm just gonna mark this last one right here and see. Here we go. Let me just do the 4 hour. That'll oh gosh. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna mark this up right here for now. But so I'm looking for price to just pull back down into this area. Again, this is the internal structure. So price may pull back to here and then start buying up some more, which means it'll still be respecting the internal structure. We can pull back to here and then keep buying. So if I was looking to get in the sell down there, we're currently in this internal, we have this break here, but we're in this bearish structure right here. So price could pull back to here and start selling some more. before it starts buying. Or you can just wait for price to get to the zone. 56 pips. I personally think that's a lot for a currency pair, but oh, I am on the 4-hour. Never mind. I'm on the 4-hour. But I would definitely wait for price to get into the zone, shift structure on the 1 hour to 15-minute, and then get in for the buy. If it shifts structure.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I did EU, I think. I did EU. Can't remember. Oh, I'm on EU. Yeah. All right. Anything else anybody want to see? Anything else? Going once, going twice? G-zone. All right then. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. See y'all.